Okay, so today we're going to be ranking Star Wars characters based off how powerful they are. So it goes from S tier, obviously, down to D tier. Alright, let's start off. The Asajj Ventress. Now, I don't watch a whole lot of the stuff with her in it, but as far as I know, she's pretty good. She's not super powerful, but she's more powerful than the average. So I'd say about B tier. I mean, I know she has 2 lightsabers and all, but that's about it. Next up, we got Aurra Sing. I think she's just like the average bounty hunter. I don't think she's too powerful, but I think she's got some skills, but not a whole lot. So I'm gonna put her in C tier. And I guess S is gonna be like the most powerful, obviously. A is gonna be like super powerful, but not the most powerful. B is gonna be like above average, but not a whole lot. C is gonna be like about decent, but nothing more. And D is gonna be like probably just average and below, I'd imagine. I think that might be Bane, Darth Bane. As far as I know, he's super powerful. So I'm gonna take him up here over. Oh, my bad. I'm gonna take him up to S. Because I'm pretty sure, if I'm not wrong, he's one of the most powerful villains in Star Wars history. I haven't seen him a whole lot, but I'm pretty sure he's pretty powerful. Next up, we have Barriss Offee. Offee? I think that's how you say it. She's decent, but C tier. She's not very powerful. She bombed the Jedi temples, but that's really about it. I don't think she did a whole lot more than that. This, does anybody know who that is? I have no idea. I just gonna put him in D tier. Doesn't look too powerful, but next, I don't know his name, but I know he's in Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi. He's also going in D tier. I know he wasn't a whole lot powerful, but he was really weird to R2D tiers, R2D2. Next up, we have Boba Fett. Now, this is one of the most notorious bounty hunters in Star Wars, and is one of my favorite characters of all time. I gotta put him in A tier. I mean, come on. It's Boba Fett. Like, how am I supposed to not put him in A tier? I mean, sure, he did get beat by a blind man and decided that it'd be a good idea to go up against close range to Luke, but come on. I mean, he hasn't seen Luke in a while, maybe, so maybe he doesn't know how powerful he is, but it's not the smartest character, I'd say. Next up, we got Bossk. He's a Trandoshan, and I'm pretty sure those are, like, really powerful lizard people. So, I'm actually also going to put him in A tier. Right next to Boba. Just because, I mean, they're both really powerful, but I don't think either one's more powerful than the other. When it comes to raw strength, it's definitely Bossk, but I think when it comes to pure skill, I think it's Boba, but I think they're both really powerful. Next up, we got Cad Bane. Now, this guy is, I'm pretty sure if I'm not wrong, one of the fastest quick draws or something like that. Like how people in the day used to have like gunfights and whatever. He's basically the bounty hunter that's the best one when it comes to a gun. So I'm gonna put him in A tier. He's really good, he's on tier with these other bounty hunters, but he's not the best, you know. I don't know who that is. I'm gonna put him in D tier. Anyone I don't know, I'm gonna put in D tier, by the way. Next up, we got Commander Cody. I feel like it's kind of wrong that they put him as a villain, but I guess I'm gonna put him in B tier. I'm gonna put him in C tier. He was powerful and all, but he was still just the average clone, you know, maybe with a little bit more skill, but he didn't do a whole lot to show it. So we got Dengar. Dengar is not as good as a bounty hunter as people like Boba Fett and Bossk and Cad Bane. But he is decent in his own right, and he did pretty much save Boba Fett, if I'm not wrong. So I guess he can go in B tier. Next up, we got Count Dooku, the Count of Serenno, I think. Anyways, I'm going to put him in A tier. He was one of the best duelists of all time, but he's not crazy, you know. He's not super good at a whole lot other than Force Lightning and dueling. He's good, but he's not crazy. He's not like the most powerful out there. That guy, I do not remember his name, but he was in that one episode of the Clone Wars where they have that toxic gas that they have to get out of Naboo. Him himself, he's actually kind of weak. He's just a scientist guy. So I'm gonna put him in D tier. He wasn't very powerful, he just had the gas and all that stuff, and that's really all that he had. Next up, again, I do not know him, so he's gonna go in D tier. Next up, I think that's the 8th brother, is an Inquisitor, and Inquisitors go in C tier. Inquisitors are decent and all, but none of them are very strong, you know? Like, if you take a look at them in, like, Rebels or whatever they're in, they all die after they getting into a fight for, like, 10 seconds. It's kind of crazy. Next up, we have Embo, I think that's his name. He's a good bounty hunter, but I don't know a whole lot about him, so I can't say he's higher than C tier without knowing more. Next up, the fifth brother. He's an Inquisitor. He goes in C tier. I think we all know that. He can't use Force very well, but he can in a way. I do not know who that is, but he looks like he was a part of Death Watch on Mandalore. I'm going to put him in D tier just because I don't know who he is, but... Next up, that is the Trandoshan, just like Boss. I can't tell you who exactly this is, but if I don't know him, then normally they go in D tier, but I'm going to put him in C tier just because I know that Trandoshans are probably one of the most powerful raw strength species out there. Ooh, next up we got the Grand Inquisitor from Rebels, not the one from the Kenobi show. He's pretty powerful, if I'm not wrong. He's one of the most powerful characters out there, when it comes to the Empire, at least. I'm gonna put him straight into A tier. He is by far the best Inquisitor. It's actually decent when it comes to fighting. He just isn't like other Inquisitors. He's not like other Force users. He's not the most powerful, but he is powerful in his own right. Next up, we have Greedo. Greedo is like a bounty hunter. You see him in A New Hope. He gets like lasered by or blasted by Han. He's not great, but he's not terrible. So he's gonna go in B tier. He's decent. He's like a bounty hunter, but he's not like Boba, you know. Next up, we have Hondo Ohnaka. I hate this guy, but on terms of strength, he's gonna go in C tier. I don't know exactly what species he is, but he's from Florum, which is a pretty desolate planet. And with all the bad deals he makes and the backs he turned on, he's gotta have some sort of strength to make up for that, right? Ooh, General Grievous. This is one of my personal favorite Star Wars characters of all time. I even have an action figure of him. But when it comes to actual power, I think I gotta put him in A tier. He has 4 arms, and against any character that doesn't have plot armor, he almost destroys them. He is very powerful. He has taken so many lightsabers, and he's killed countless Jedi. But he's just not S tier. He doesn't have the Force, and he got beat by Obi-Wan Kenobi. But when it comes to characters that don't have plot armor, he's an S tier. But because we have to include everyone, he's an A tier. Ugh, General Hux. Not looking forward to this one. But he isn't the worst option out there. I'm going to put him in D tier. I mean, he didn't do a whole lot, really. Next up, you have, I think that's IG something. He's another bounty hunter. I'm going to put him in B tier. I mean, like, he's an assassin droid, if I'm not wrong. But he's not, like, crazy. Where'd he go? He's just like the average bounty hunter. But he's a droid. I don't know why a droid would need to hunt bounty. Jabba the Hutt. When it comes to power, he's one of the most powerful characters. But when it comes to strength power, he's not that good. D tier. He can't really move, by the way, so... Yeah. Jango Fett. Ooh, this is a good character. When it comes to with a blaster, he is very nice. But that's about it. He has a jetpack and all, but he's not like Boba. Sure, he spent years mastering his craft, but he wasn't taught from a very young age like Boba was. I'm going to put him in B tier. I might get some hate on that, but I think he's good enough to go into B tier, but I don't think he deserves A tier. Isn't that the guy that you see in that fake surrender scene with Anakin? I'm going to put him in D tier. I don't know a whole lot about him. That's Director Krennic. When it comes to power, he's not too good. Next up, we have Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren is decent. He's got some strength. He mastered the slow ability so much he learned to actually stun enemies and actually even catch a blaster bolt by stunning it. I don't know about catch, but I think I gotta put him in A tier. Sure, he kept getting beat by Rey, but at the same time, you see countless insanely good enemies just get beat by other people just because they weren't completely focused. So, yeah. Next up, we have Lando Calrissian. He's decent, but I'm going to put him in D tier. He's less fighter and more pilot/gambler/administrator. He's decent and all, but he's not crazy. Darth Maul. Ooh. I'm considering putting him in S. He's super powerful. In the Phantom Menace, sure, he did get beat by Obi-Wan, but at the same time, that's like I said, he wasn't concentrating, you know. I think I'm going to put him in S tier, actually. Darth Maul is one of the most powerful characters. You cannot change my mind on that. I think he's just flat out one of the most powerful characters. And you take a look at him in the Clone Wars, and I don't think it was in Rebels, but he is super powerful there. He was able to even, like, he got the Darksaber and ruled on Mandalore. He was able to overrun Death Watch, and even though he seems like he'd just be a fighter, he's actually really smart when it comes down to planning and stuff like that. And he's able to get back and he was able to, even to train Savage Opress. Come on. Next up, another character from that Clone Wars episode. Don't think they're very strong. Couldn't tell you who that is. Wasn't the person from what was it, the Bad Batch? They're a Kaminoan or whatever you call them. I don't think they're that powerful. They're just cloners. They're really smart, but they're not very strong. So, next up we have, I think that's the Seventh Sister. I think. You fight him in Fallen Order and Survivor, and beat him twice. I mean, they fight with one hand, and for being an Inquisitor, I actually think they're pretty strong. I think I gotta put them in B tier, because they're definitely better than all the other Inquisitors on terms of strength, and I don't know what exactly their species is, but it is really strong and big, and I think is powerful enough to deserve B tier, as it is just one of the more powerful ones out there. Sure, not great at lightsaber dueling, but in terms of raw strength, this is one of the most powerful characters out there. Next up, we got Viceroy Newt Gunray. D tier. You see him for like 1 second in Revenge of the Sith when he gets killed by Anakin. He didn't even put up a fight. He just tried to talk him out. He was like, no, how could this happen, or whatever. Next up, he looks like a pirate, like Hondo Ohnaka, but I don't know who he is. Next up, Emperor Palpatine. Come on, guys. It's Emperor Palpatine. He has to go in S tier. If you don't put him in S tier, that, I feel like, is a crime. This man, not only being like one of the smartest Star Wars characters of all time, he was so strong that as Darth Sidious, even, he was able to best so many people. Sure, he lost to Mace Windu like once, but that's like the only fight. He beat Grandmaster Yoda. He could use the best Force lightning we've ever seen. And sure, he got beat by only Mace Windu and Vader, and that's about it that we see. So, come on, he's got to go there. Captain Phasma. That was one of the wasted potentials in Star Wars that you see a lot. I'm gonna put her in C tier. I heard she was like this super powerful character in her own right in her story, but we just don't see that in the sequel trilogy. She just seems like the average stormtrooper with a bit more accuracy. That's about it. I don't know who this guy is, but he's an Empire guy. Oh wait, and Poggle the Lesser also goes up in D tier because, I mean, he has to walk with a cane. Next we got Pong Krell. Man, I hated this guy in the Clone Wars in those like little episodes. I don't entirely remember a whole lot about how he died. I only got killed by one of the clones. I don't remember exactly which one. But man, was he annoying. I think he wielded 2 double-bladed lightsabers, actually, and had like 4 arms. So as much as I hate him, I think he was actually pretty powerful and above average. I'm going to put him in B tier. He wasn't the most powerful Jedi out there, but he had skills, and I think most of his strength comes from the fact that he just had so many arms and lightsabers. In fact, that's about it. Next up, I think that's Crosshair. Crosshair, I'm going to put him in B tier. I might get some hate on that, but I think he doesn't deserve a whole lot higher than B tier. I never watched Bad Batch, so I wouldn't know entirely, but I don't know who that is. That's the person from Solo. That is a droid that was in, like, Downfall of a Droid in, like, the first season of the Clone Wars. It's not that powerful. Let's be real. He lost in a fight to R2-D tier. D tier. That guy was in, like, a water war or something in the Clone Wars in, like, season 3 or 4 or whatever. He was pretty powerful underwater. I'd imagine above water, he wouldn't be as strong. So I'm going to put him only into C tier. Just because I don't know how powerful he'd be above water, but in the water, I guess he's above average. I have no idea who that is. I don't know who that is either. He kind of looks like a character from the Bible. Savage Opress. Before I watched the Clone Wars, I always called him Savage Opress, by the way. He's got a lot of brute strength. He's like Darth Maul, but like bigger. but less skill. I'm gonna put him in B tier. Like, I feel like what I just said really sums up his character. He's a lot like Darth Maul. He's got a lot of hate, a lot of anger and stuff. I don't know why the Knight Brothers always have all that, but he wasn't a whole lot besides his brute strength. He didn't have as much skill as Darth Maul, but he had skill. But, I don't know. That's Sebulba or whatever. D tier. I don't know what he is, but next up, I think that's, what is that, the 6th sister or something like that? 7th sister. But then what was the other? I think that's the 7th sister. I'm gonna put her in C tier. It's an Inquisitor that struggles with even using basic Force moves. And it's just like the average Inquisitor, as you can see. I've already put 3 of the other Inquisitors or something like that up here. I don't know which clone that is exactly. I think that might be 5's, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna put them in C tier just because if they're on here... Oh, wait. Can't be 5's because it's a villains list. I'm gonna put them in D tier just because I have no idea what that is. Snoke goes in 5. I don't care if he trained Kylo Ren and might have been good with the Force. He was just an empty clone of Palpatine or whatever. I don't know why Palpatine picked this body, but he died like in this first 2 minutes of screen time or whatever. Except Mother Talzin. I'm gonna put him in B tier. When it comes to strength, she's not there. She's old and she's from Dathomir, okay? But when it comes to magic, she's like the best magic user out there. She can like disappear whenever. She did get killed by Grievous, but like that's about it, you know. Next up we have Grand Moff Tarkin. Oh boy, I don't know a whole lot about him, but he was old. He died in the Death Star explosion. He was in A New Hope, and he actually controlled over Vader when Vader was on the Death Star, but that's about it. Next up we have, I think that's the son. That is from the Clone Wars. I actually watched that episode somewhat recently. He was really powerful. He could turn into this, like, demon thing. He brainwashed Anakin and Ahsoka. I'm going to put him in A tier. I'm not going to put him in S tier. He was super powerful with the Force, but he wasn't... Like, we never see him fight a whole lot, you know? And he didn't do a whole lot in his screen time, I feel. Grand Admiral Thrawn. Took me a second to think about that. The best tactical genius in all of Star Wars. I never watched Rebels, so I do not know. I'd imagine he wouldn't be great. I'm gonna put him in D tier because he's a tactical genius. He's not a fighter. That guy was in like the end of the Clone Wars. I never watched that, but he's a weird spider guy who's going in D tier. Next up, we got the 2nd sister from Star Wars Fallen Order. I did fully beat this game, so I know she's kind of powerful, but she's not a whole lot. She was an apprentice to Seer. That's about it. Yeah, it's C tier. I mean, she lost to Cal Kestis like a lot of other Inquisitors, but she got killed by Darth Vader, so I guess that gets points, but I don't see a whole lot other besides that. Speaking of him, Darth Vader is here. Oh boy, S tier to the top. Come on. It's Darth Vader. He is one of the best Star Wars characters, one of the best, and he's just the most powerful, in my opinion. Maybe not of all time, but from what we see of him, he's shown the most powerful in his time. I mean, Darth Maul, he seems powerful, but in terms of the movies, gets killed pretty easily. Dooku gets killed pretty easily. Grievous gets killed pretty easily. But Vader puts up a fight. He cuts off Luke's hand. He doesn't die in the Death Star explosion. He dies by redeeming himself and letting go of his anger. And his life support system getting cut off. But he killed Palpatine, so... I don't know who that is. I'm not gonna lie. Is Watto really a villain, though? He's going in D tier. He's not strong. And then finally, I think, what is this, Gordula the Hutt or something like that? He's going in D tier, like his family member Jabba. And that is it. Your only S tiers are Darth Bane, Darth Maul, Emperor Palpatine, and Darth Vader. So you can take a look real quick, but this is the list. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.